And what's up, everybody? This is None Defense, host of the YouTube channel, and of course, co-leader of the team, still unboomable, along with our real life leader, Miss Boom Bitch Angie. And I am currently on the Meezer account, just getting Meezer called up. Meezer is a type of cat, specifically a cat that looks kind of like a Siamese cat, but isn't quite a Siamese cat. That's a Meezer. So if you wonder what the hell a Meezer is, that's what a Meezer is. And I am currently on the team. Teamwork. Hell yeah, that's right, teamwork. So let me tell you a little bit about these guys. They signed up to the Op Ninja program, and for those who don't know, anybody new, the Op Ninja program it's a Facebook page that we want teams to post on. No, it's not the Hop Network. If you want to participate in the Hop Network, do your thing. But when you're doing with the Hop Network, you're dealing with everybody, thousands of whatever people. And I mean, I guess that's cool and all that. Our thing is you get us. If you post on our page, you get us. That's the whole point. So no, it's not through the Op Network. It's if you want us in some form or fashion. So this team signed up to the Op Ninja program. I haven't had a chance to fill their roster, but some of our other guys, I know Bart and Spin, they visited here before. Excuse me. So anyway, so this team, Elf on Rampage, love the name. Elf was the person who contacted us, and totally awesome. Thank you so much for that, Elf. And the other day, they had a little training op. They decided, all right, look, we've seen a couple of these Op Ninja guys do their crazy nonsense. Let's try it at a smaller level. And so what I wanted to do was I want to show, for this video, I'm only showing the people who honestly attempted the all zooka attacks. I'm not going to look at anything else, okay? So this video is strictly for the people on this team who tried the all zookas, okay? Anybody who watches this can benefit from the coaching exercise, but I'm not, going to take time to look at anybody other than, these guys, because those are, no offense. I mean, don't get me wrong, point dancer. I'm sure I could go and look at your attack and give you some tips of improvement of how to whatever. But I'm here to talk about zookas, so I don't want anybody to feel bad that I'm ignoring their attacks, because this was supposed to be an operation to try zookas, and it wasn't my idea. It was one of theirs. Elf, I believe it was, whoever it wasn't mine. So I'm just going to honor that and talk about that. So this was Eluder 1. Eluder. Alright, before I see anything, no, pause. Alright, before I saw anything, what I wanted to see is you try to sneak right back there, like before I saw anything. And what happened was Eluder tried to do that. Like, you had the right idea, Eluder, you just kind of did things wrong. So let's look at what you did and show you what happened. Okay, so there was the thing about zookas is if you do one thing wrong, it can ruin your whole exercise. Whereas like a hookah or tanks or grenades or whatever, you have a little bit of wiggle room. You can screw up a little bit and it'll still be all right. With the zookas, if you do one thing wrong, it's over. Well, Eluder, you did about 5 things wrong here. So the very first thing I'd want you to do, if you were doing this exact attack all over again, is before you do anything, before you drop any boats, you're gonna flare there to this corner. You have the flare out, so it's burning. Then you tap your boats and you go tap, 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 and you just put them out one at a time. Tap, tap, tap. Then all your boats are out, and then by then, if you've done this right, all your girls are going to be right here in this little section. Then you drop a smoke. Then when you flared here, the problem is your girls want to go this way, right? You want to flare here to this corner, so that way they stay in a nice tight group along this wall, and there's under smoke. So, and then once you're here, then you can flare here. So it's like so Eluder, you did how do I say this? You were trying to do the right thing. You just didn't know the right way to do the right thing. In this case, is what happened. So if you'd have done it the way that I just discussed it, you'd have done great. But again, you're trying, and this is, to the best of my knowledge, this is a lot of your guys' first time out the box ever trying to go zooka in op. It's not easy. All right, let's see what you did. All right, pause. Before I see anything, oh man. All right, so you're gonna go over here and run this stuff, and I mean, and that's fine, Bick. That's okay. And maybe you watched a looter's attack, and maybe you saw how it kind of went wrong, and that made you nervous. I promise you, a looter was on the right track. He just did it wrong. He or she did it wrong. Okay, so we'll watch this, but in my opinion, you're already doing wrong, because boom cannons, sniper towers, cannons, these are things that we like to bomb when we're running tanks, when we're running hookahs, when we're running stuff like that. When you're running girls, like, all this is wasted GBE. I'm just being honest. You don't need to be bombing single shot things when you've got, zookas on the field. You need to be shocking machine guns. You need to be, flaring the corners. You need to be using your smoke. Don't run zookas and then bomb boom cannons. It just doesn't. There's really no reason for it. So really, Bick, the better way to go would have been to try to do what a looter did, but do it correctly. But whatever. It's hard, and trust me, guys. I know it's hard. When you've never really gone all zooka before, I know it's hard to look at these bases and see, like, how in the world can I possibly, have a good attack when we're dealing with this. So let's see how you pulled this off. This was Bick again. All right, definitely shocking us way too early. Yeah, see that? See, if you would have waited, that you wouldn't have lost a bunch of girls there. You'd have got a win. But it doesn't matter, because if y'all had gone to the other side of the operation, y'all would have beat it already. So again, remember, this isn't me jumping on anybody. All right, Elf on Rampage. I don't know if you were upgrading landing craft, and that's why you were stuck with some medic. I believe that's probably the case. But on the chance that you honestly believe that medics and zookas are the way to go, I've seen it. I've seen people do it. I just don't agree with it. I prefer, because zookas typically, all right, we got to stop bombing things. If you're going to try the zookas, like, you've got to learn the smoke. You got to learn the smoke and flare. You got to. You just got to, because otherwise it's the only way to, the reason you guys are even trying the all zooka, and let's just be honest, is because my guys came over with their high accounts, their max accounts, and tons of experience and practice, and they're like, wow, this is impressive, so it's like, it makes you guys want to try that. So I get it, I totally get it. But if you're gonna try it, you have to try all of the things that we try, because I promise, if you watch our attacks, we're not bombing snipers. We're not bombing boom cannons. We're not shocking boom cannons or snipers. We're keeping the machine gun shocked. We're keeping mortar shocked, rocket shocked, things like that. So Elf, if I was you, on an untouched base, the very first thing I would have done if I was you is I would have barraged right here. Okay? Just right here. I would have put 3 smokes, smoke. I would have dropped all my girls right here in the middle smoke, give them like pause for just a second. Oh, I said right over here. Well, I really want to be here because we barraged here, right? So all these are gone. So all the smoke. Drop. All your girls are more or less right here. Then you're going to and again, this is assuming all these mines are gone. Then you'd I'm going to flare to right there, right next to the machine gun. And this is important, guys. You got to flare to a spot on the ground. You can't flare to a target, because if you flare to a target, they're going to go spread all out, and it's just going to be be crazy. So you got to flare to a spot so they'll all converge and stay on that spot. But anyway, so here we go. Smoke, smoke, smoke. Drop, 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 drop. Flare. Oh, and remember the barrage. And then smoke, smoke. Wait. Okay. Then, so we're under smoke. Then I'm flaring the rocket, shocking all of this, shocking the machine gun. And yeah, you probably could have taken out both rockets. You know, whatever. I'm just saying. You have to fail at zookas to get good at zookas. You have to fail. You have to screw up so bad. And you have to have your team look at you and say, ha ha ha, that was so terrible. I would have done so much better with my weak tanks or my little crappy hookah. That was a mistake flare there, I could tell. See how this goes. I mean, right concept. You were on the right track there, Flash. Lord Flashheart. So great job. So he's getting it. He's getting it. It'll get cleaner over time. You'll get better familiar with who does what and why they do it. So this was potty. Now it really disappoints me that nobody other than the very first attack has tried to go right here, but I promise, like a looter, if you watch this video, you had it right, buddy. Like, you had it right. Everybody after here should have just said, oh, well, even though a looter made a mistake and didn't get them all. Also, by the way, Potty, you could have, with one artillery, you could have hit both of those, right? But anyway, yeah. And we got to stop wasting our bombs on things. Like, that's not how zookas work. I mean, great job, you got the win, so, hey, and all that stuff. I'm just being honest. Like, if you were counting on that attack, if you were counting on that, you'll see. I mean, especially as we get up into harder ops, if we bring our guys over and you'll try things and you'll be like, okay, first thing we need to do is we need to bomb this boom cannon. And then you'll put a bomb on that boom cannon. You'll put all your bombs on that boom cannon. You'll be like, oh, that basically did no damage at all, and it was kind of a waste for me to do that. Sorry about that. And as soon as you run into that, you're like, oh, I really should stop bombing boom cannons. So I'm telling you right now, stop bombing boom cannons. If you're gonna run zookas, don't even worry about the boom cannons, because you're stronger than them. You have more. Essentially, all of your girls are mini boom cannons. You know what I mean? Well, if you're showing up with 30 of them, well, you got 30 boom cannons and you're trying to shock 3 of them? Yeah, forget that. Forget that. So this was Meezer. This was run by me. Because of my changed time schedule, I don't always get to jump in and participate in all the teams as much as I'd really love to. But like I said, the reason I'm doing this, even though I had to stop doing op reviews because people were getting their feelings hurt, and it was just taking all the fun out of it for me. When people are bitching about what I'm doing, when I'm trying to help them, then it's really hard to keep trying. But, you guys said that it was okay for me to do this. But anyway, so when I tuned in without watching any replays, this is what I saw. So you remember Elf, I mentioned, like, what I would have done if I was you very first attack? So this is kind of a version of that. So let's show you exactly how that went. We're going to watch it. Now, because these rockets weren't there, that certainly gave me a little bit more freedom and leeway. But I could have easily went over here, shocked this, and just kind of did more of a cleanup. But again, I'm not showing off so much as demonstrating. I don't like to be considered a show-off, but I'm happy to demonstrate. So I went over here, went ahead and knocked off those 3 boom cannons. Now this is a pretty slick trick, and this is just from time and experience doing what I just did, that little flip around there. Go over, you start the operation kind of the same way as I do comedy. You get them thinking you're about to go do one thing, and then you end up doing something else. So in this case, if you were watching it, like, oh, he's going to go clean off the edges. No, fuck that. I'm just working this corner so everybody has a little room, and then I'm going to go get that doom cannon because that's how I roll. That's just how I roll. Practice and experience, guys. You gotta fail. Like, I could fail hours of YouTube videos of just showing my fails in operation. So, I mean, it's gonna happen. And then Captain Morgan, thank you so much for participating in the zooka training exercise. Let's see how you pulled it off. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Uh-oh. First thing, you didn't shock the machine guns. Too late. Alright, because, and this is the difference between, you know, guys who are, you know, working on dealing with, you know, going from tanks and stuff, because they're so used to shocking the boom cannons. They're so used to shocking the snipers and bombing the boom cannons, bombing the machine guns. Zookas aren't like anything else. So we got to stop, if you're going to use them, got to stop bombing cannons and snipers. You just got to. You just got to. And you need to save your shock-to-shock machine guns, because machine guns do not get enough credit in operation, especially in the lower operations, because usually it's just like 1 or 2 machine guns and they're kind of weak. So it's like, oh, we don't have to worry about machine guns, piddly little machine guns. Well, when you're running all zookas, a machine gun, even one unshocked machine gun, can really ruin your day. So just be aware of that. Machine guns and zookas do not get along. So, well, there you go, guys. I mean, you beat the operation. Just, you know, with basically no help from me. You know, I mean, I got my attack in, but even if I didn't attack, somebody could have went in there and pulled that off. So, y'all certainly didn't need me. But I hope that I hope that you benefit from this video, and I hope that, I don't know, I don't want anybody to think like, yeah, well, you know, you're stupid. And I'm like, well, yeah, I kind of am. That's true. But nonetheless, I know how to use zookas. And so I hope that this helps. I'm going to go inside. It is football Sunday, and it is almost time to watch football. The Steelers play the New York Jets, so I'm very excited about that. Oh, and the New England Patriots, who do they play? I forget who they play. But whatever. But the Boston Red Sox have a playoff game today, and I'm sure they're going to lose that. And then they'll be out of the playoffs. So, whatever. It's a pretty busy sports day for me. So I'm wrapping this video up. As always, friends, I want to thank all of you so much for taking time out of your day to hang out with us and, you know, just be goofy with us and waste time. We appreciate it. If you ever have any questions, comments, suggestions, opinions, thoughts, ideas, or just whatever, hit me up on either this YouTube channel, the Op Ninja Facebook page. You know, if you have my number, fuck it, call me. Okay, don't call me. I don't really like to chat on the phone. But alright, so that's it. So as always, please remember that we are still unboomable. As always, please be safe. Thank you.